Hey everyone, welcome to Full Val Mode with Mal Emmons. And today, let me tell you, I've got a doozy for you. Springdale Public School faces growing scrutiny after two individuals connected to the district, both trusted to work around students, are now facing serious criminal charges. Newly uncovered documents reveal one of them, Oscar Seeley, was intentionally placed into classrooms and student programs without a teaching license. The other, Andrew Michael McGann, now faces capital murder charges. Parents and taxpayers are asking whether these cases reflect isolated incidents or is it a deeper breakdown inside Springdale's hiring and oversight process? Now, records obtained through FOIA show that in December of 2021, Springdale Public School requested a state waiver allowing Oscar Seeley, who was not a certified teacher, to be assigned long-term instructional duties, including remediation, enrichment, and student activities across grades K through 12. The Arkansas Division of Elementary and Secondary Education approved that request on the condition that parents be notified in writing within 30 days. I am waiting for the answer to that question as we speak via a FOIA request from the Springdale Public School District. This waiver, if approved, and parents must be notified within 30 school days. It remains unclear tonight whether those parent notifications ever occurred. Seeley was later arrested after allegations surfaced that he operated a school bus while potentially intoxicated with children. If true, the situation goes beyond a DUI. Driving a school bus under the influence may constitute child endangerment, abuse through negligence, aggravated DUI, a criminal act against minors. And here's the kicker. Seeley is not a U.S. citizen. And if a U.S. citizen is convicted, and this conviction involves child endangerment, it could trigger immigration consequences, including deportation. Right now, as of today, he's sitting in the Benton County jail for those charges that he received for not having the, I guess it's the breathalyzer thingy that goes on the bus. On that bus? Okay, can I say that any more clear? On a bus. We're letting a man drive a bus of children around. What the hell? Oh, okay, I'm gonna bring it down a little bit. Whew. Meanwhile, another former Springdale School employee, Andrew McGann, who we all know murdered two people over the summer, stands charged with capital murder. Court filings show McGann's defense team challenging the constitutionality of Arkansas capital murder statute, which is crazy. But I mean, a rare legal strategy drawing the statewide attention, probably national-wide as well. But the two cases are separate, but the overlap has raised a growing question. How are individuals being vetted and approved to work in Springdale schools? Parents want answers. How did a non-certified adult receive state approval to teach? Who reviewed background checks? Were warnings overlooked? And how many other employees are working under waivers or reduced requirements at the school district? Like, these are our children. And I mean, I don't live there and my kids aren't living in that school district and my grandson doesn't go there. But damn it, man. These are our children. And they were about to let our children be taught. In the summer, they were about to let children be taught by a murderer. And now they're allowing our children to be driven around by a man who has DUIs on his record since 2012. And so I have also requested FOIA information on who approved Oscar Seeley's hiring. And I will get those hopefully within 3 days because that's the law. Anyway, so Springdale Public School has not publicly responded to whether policy changes, internal reviews, or oversight corrections are underway. I've submitted additional FOIA requests, and I'll update this developing story as more information becomes available. But right now with me, I have Chrissy Starks. And Chrissy has been she's been digging into a lot of this as well. Chrissy has been a parent in that school district and has a lot of experience with Oscar Seeley. Chrissy, do you want to give us a little bit of overview about yourself and maybe some interactions that you've had with Oscar?
Sure. I do know Mr. Seeley, and I knew him before he took employment. He was a trainer in Northwest Arkansas, and he took a job at Springdale Public Schools,
What does he train?
basketball.
Okay. Isn't his okay, I'm just going to say this. His son is a current Razorback basketball player. Just put it there. I'm not going to put a name out right now, but you'll figure it out. Anyway, Chrissy, continue, please.
Yes. He took a job at Springdale High School and became the assistant coach. In 2020, he was hired,
Okay.
and he also was a Spanish teacher. So my child also had him in class and then also had him as a coach as well.
As a basketball coach.
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So, but you knew him before that as a trainer. He was training.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so that was clearly after his 2012 DUI and a 2018 DUI that is on his FBI background check.
Correct. Correct. In 2021, he received another DUI. Um, I believe at the time the district did require him to not sit on the bench the remainder of the season.
What does that mean, sit on the bench?
So there was 4 games that year at the end of season that they didn't allow him to sit with the team after, and he did receive another DUI charge in 22.
Okay, so he didn't learn his lesson.
And according to school documents and FOIA requests, it states he has 2 DUI charges on his FBI background check, as well as he has these 2. I'm not sure that all of these have been reported to driver control.
So in the meantime, the Springdale School District supported Oscar Seeley in asking for a waiver for him to be considered a teacher and not just a one-day substitute. And, we're going to find out with these FOIA requests that I've sent whether they did background checks before they approved that. That's crazy.
Correct. Each year, what I understood is that they can hire individual employees through individual waivers or district-wide waivers. And they use those for certain employees that maybe don't have the credentials that are required for individuals to have. This person had a degree from a local college in Christian ministries.
Okay. So my point about the waivers is that somewhere along the line, he started driving children around on the school bus. Can you talk about that?
We started having problems when we became aware and witnessed him driving and transporting students on a bus.
When was that?
That was in 23.
So that's after the DUIs. After the DUIs that he already has on his record now, he was driving around children. Now, was he drinking?
I am not aware. I just know that he was legally required to have an interlock device.
Which would be kind of crazy that you allowed a man that had to have an interlock device driving around children on the school bus. Where was
Correct.
he driving these children? Like from games and stuff?
On the day that I witnessed him driving, it was to and from a practice.
So he was driving from practice facility. How many kids do you think were on the bus?
11 on the bus one day. And Springdale Police Department was aware of this and they charged him. That's Washington County. He's in jail in Benton County. So Springdale came into the picture whenever he started harassing my family after we removed our child from the district.
Okay.
And they became aware that he was driving a school bus. So then
They knew that he was supposed to have that on there, and so they just went ahead and charged him for not having it on there.
they knew that he was required to have that.
And so they charged him with that.
They charged him with improper use of an interlock device while children are present. That's specifically what they charged him with. They did not mention he was transporting Springdale Public School children on a bus. They did not mention that he did not have a CDL or the required passenger endorsements or school bus endorsements to properly transport children. It's actually a very huge liability on the district.
So they didn't mention any of that in the charges. Okay, but my question still is, where was the failure to appear?
The failure to appear charge was because he did not appear to court for the DUI charges, I believe, in Benton County. From what I understand in FOIA records, those charges have been taken care of in Springdale.
Taken care of?
Yes. So he never had a DUI charge or anything like that in Springdale. He only had improper use
How is
of
it
an
taken
interlock.
care of, though? How do you get that taken care of after you've had 4 DUIs?
He paid a court fee and he was given 10 days home monitoring.
So this guy sat at home for 10 days
No, ma'am. He did not sit at home. He was still employed as a Springdale Public School.
So he was walking around the school with an ankle bracelet?
Yes, ma'am.
Or you've got to be kidding me.
No, ma'am.
Whew. Okay, Springdale, what is your malfunction? Like, why are parents not in an uproar about all of this? Like, I don't understand that. If my kid was on a basketball team and they were being transported by a man who had 4 DUIs on his record and walking around with an ankle bracelet for not adhering to the punishment that he was issued and not showing up to the court dates when he was supposed to, I'd be raising hell.
My concern is there's a number of things that are wrong here. For one, we're not putting student safety as a top priority. These are
Not at all.
children that look up to adults that are supposed to care about them. Secondly, we are covering up for individuals and giving them multiple opportunities. That is a liability and a risk. And I believe our stakeholders would not want that risk. I mean, why would you take that? And then on top of that, it is an insult to any educator that goes to school and earns their degree for somebody to come in and sign a waiver. I understand that there are circumstances where they may need additional support staff and stuff like that, but to come in and pay this person over $250,000 in 5 years where they can repeatedly take advantage of the system, that is not okay. And how can we hire great educators in the system if we're not going to take on and hold these educators that they are hiring accountable? I mean, we are allowing these people around our children. I do not agree with it.
No, I mean, it's completely absurd. And so the question is, why? So this man has a green card, clearly, and again, he's here legally, clearly, but the problem is that the school system trusted him with children. Like they chose convenience over caution, paperwork over safety, and silence over transparency. And now it's impossible to ignore that they've done that, even though he's no longer a coach, but they didn't accidentally put kids at risk like they claim they did with McGann. They requested permission, they received approval, and now the public deserves answers, not excuses from them, which is all you get from that superintendent. Anyway, but safety isn't optional. It's oversight isn't optional. Protecting children isn't optional. We are forced to send our children to school. The least a school district could do, the very minimal, is make sure our kids are around people that are going to keep them safe. And this is not happening. Please, it's just really not happening. Let's just go ahead and put that out there. And someone needs to be held accountable.
I agree. Somebody does need to. It does not need to be pushed under the rug. I think that the school board and the superintendent of Springdale Public Schools is well aware. They know exactly what they've done. They know exactly who they've hired, and they know exactly why that person is no longer working in their district. But it wasn't a convenience for them to do that to protect the children. They did that to protect themselves now.
That is not what a school district is supposed to be. That's what they did when they found out McGann was the one that murdered those 2 people in Devil's Den. They were quiet. And I watched at this press conference when I already knew that he was already a teacher because I'd already gotten that information from someone. And the crazy thing is that I was like, okay, surely they're going to bring it forward. No, they didn't say a word about McGann being a teacher there and it was already going around. Like all the other schools that he had taught at, they were already talking about it. Like it was already all over the place. But Springdale, instead of putting out a press release and owning it, as a good school district would do, they deleted everything, all his posts from Facebook. They deleted anything that had introducing him to the school district or the parents. They deleted everything about him. And they said nothing. They didn't put out a press release. They didn't say shit until after a reporter came on that press conference. And the last question asked was he going to be a teacher at the Springdale School District? And then they were like, yes, but we don't have any more information on that yet. They damn well did. They were all collaborating together to cover it up.
They
Why?
did, and it's a huge propaganda. They use the media outlets at their resource. I mean, people don't realize they communicate with the media basically on a daily basis for different projects and things that they're working on in the community. So they have a close working professional relationship with the Springdale Police Department, with your local news stations. And so it's very hard for a parent to advocate and to get a story told because they will have those stories pulled. They won't release a comment or a statement. And so if you only have one side of the story, then they're not going to run a story that speaks against Springdale Public. But I mean, the truth is, this person had the same 6 days that he was required to serve a year ago. He
Hmm.
was required to serve 6 days because he did not do his 12 days of community service when he was originally charged. When he was originally charged, they gave him 6 days. They took away the 6 days, and in lieu of that, they gave him 12 days of community service. He did not do his 12 days, so he got charged with failure to appear. When he got charged with this failure to appear, they vacated the sentence and put it back. He was supposed to serve them. He never did, so that's why he's in jail now.
So I'm looking this up, and it looks like Oscar's son, Isaiah Seeley, who at the time all this happened was a student at Springdale School District, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So it looks like his mom is Jordan Gibson, who also played basketball at John Brown University, where Oscar Seeley also played. It looks like they have a family with strong basketball ties. So it appears like that might be one of the reasons they're trying to cover all this up.
I do also think they're trying to cover it up just because of the relationship with the U of A.
Because it looks like Isaiah's a basketball star.
Yes.
So, it's interesting that people would place his dad with DUIs at the school. Why would they do that though? Like, why would they do that? That doesn't make any sense.
I mean, they also got rid of the head coach. So I know that they hired an intern coach, and I know that Mr. Seeley is no longer employed. I believe, they kept his dad employed because they wanted his son to stay there so they could win a state champion.
So, I mean, the fact that his son is a prominent basketball recruit at the University of Arkansas, that adds a complete public interest dimension to this whole story. Um, I think that, the world of sports is just insane. It really is. I mean, the things that happen to protect, I mean, it's just okay. I know y'all play basketball. I know your family plays basketball, but it's just a freaking ball bouncing across the, I mean, come on. It is no reason to hide all these bad things.
Correct. I mean, it only hurts the program. It only hurts everybody that is involved with it. And I mean, at this level, we're supposed to be caring about the students and their safety and helping them reach their potential. And that's really hard when you're covering up for what the adults, and how can you expect the children or the students to have respect for these individuals when they're having to be monitored for what they're doing?
Yeah,
It just doesn't make sense.
it's like no wonder there's so much crap in the NBA, There's so much drama. Like no wonder. Because look what they learn from their schools. Look what happens to keep them winning, to make them stars so that other people look good. That's
I mean,
just
it's
not what school is
sad.
about.
Not what it's supposed to be about. I mean, it's supposed to
No,
be about if you work hard, you are rewarded.
right. I wouldn't call a reward getting driven around by a drunk dad. I wouldn't call that
No.
a reward. Okay.
Mm-mm. Not somebody that's paid with your tax dollars.
Yeah, and also somebody who is allowed to be here in the United States that could be deported. That's another crazy angle about this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
This whole thing, he could have been deported. Like, that's literally endangering minors. That's a whole nother level. Like a green card, you can't be deported for certain things, but endangering minors, you can.
Yeah.
And when you're driving kids around, I mean, they didn't arrest him again if it wasn't a crime.
No, Springdale Police Department and Springdale Public Schools swept it under the rug.
They sure did, but now we're gonna bring it back out.
Well,
So,
I
is
hope.
there anything you'd like to add to this story right now? I know there's
Oh,
more that we're gonna be. There's more, and folks, we got more.
I don't think I have anything that I want to add at this time, but yes, no, there's definitely a lot more to this story.
And we're going to be dishing it out. The more we find out, the more information we find, the more we will be coming to the public with it. And as soon as I get these FOIA requests back regarding the background checks and when they were done and when he was fired and when he was hired, I mean, this girl's going to be busy all weekend trying to get me everything. I mean, she does have 2 extra days because it is a weekend, right?
Yes, yes, she does. I'm sure she's going to enjoy your request.
Yeah. All right. Well, Chrissy, we'll be talking with you, and you keep your head up high because I hear that people are giving you a hard time over saying
They
something.
really are. I mean, they really are. Because it comes down to politics in this area, and a lot of people would rather be liked than stand on their integrity. And when it comes to my children, their character, their integrity, that's all that matters to me. You can think what you want about me, but I'm a parent first, and I will
And
always be a parent first.
their safety. How can these people get down hard on you?
I
You're calling him out, and they're coming down hard on you for calling out a guy who is putting your children in harm's way.
I mean, personally, I'm not even calling this person out. I'm calling the school district out because this person is only allowed to do what they're allowed to do under the guidance of the Arkansas Department of Education. So I'm really calling out our Department of Education in Arkansas because it's unacceptable. It
I just
is
can't believe that.
unacceptable.
I just can't believe that more parents wouldn't be behind you as opposed to fighting you on it. It's crazy.
I mean,
For
some
their
people
kids.
would rather be liked, and I don't care about being liked. I care about right is right and wrong is wrong. And this is wrong. And it's really sad that thousands of dollars went to, paying this individual and, that they were okay with putting children, students in danger. It wasn't just my child. There were multiple children. And, those families may not be able to speak up, and that's fine. But it's not going to stop me. My integrity matters to me. My children's safety matters to me. And there's no reason that our family should have to face backlash or harassment for trying to do what's right. And it shouldn't be about political or popular vote or anything like that. It's the law. I don't know a parent that would feel comfortable with somebody with 4 DUI convictions transporting their child. If they may be comfortable with that, that's not me.
And we're going to get to the bottom of it. Someone's going to be held accountable. Thank you, Chrissy. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Well, that's where we will leave it for now. What we've uncovered raises serious, urgent questions, and these are not small clerical oversights or harmless administrative shortcuts. These are decisions affecting children's safety, taxpayers' trust, and the integrity of public education. The public was never informed of this, by the way. Parents were never given a choice. And in both of these cases, the district did not act until consequences were unavoidable and impossible to hide. Springdale Public Schools has not issued a full explanation. They have not acknowledged process failures. They have not provided transparency, but they don't get to bury this. We will continue pressing, we will continue requesting records, and we will continue reporting what those records show, whether the district wants that information public or not. And if you're a parent, employee, student, or resident with information, documentation, or firsthand experience related to this situation, and you can contact me directly, just email me at valemmons@gmail.com, VALEMMONS@gmail.com. This isn't about politics. This isn't about loyalty to a school or sports program. This is about accountability. This is about public safety. And this is about trusting a school system with the children it was created to protect. Because at the end of the day, the community doesn't work for the district. The district works for citizens. And when they forget that, it's my job to remind them. I'll continue updating you as I receive those FOIA requests as they come in and this develops. But thank you for listening. Thank you to Chrissy for speaking up when many won't and haven't. And thank you to every parent who refuses to stay silent when children are put at risk. I'm Val Emmons. This is Full Val Mode. Stay alert, stay informed, and stay loud.